Well, thank you for coming today. This is the Veteran Storytelling Across the Arts. It's co-sponsored by the School of Communication and Culture here at Columbia College Chicago and the Columbia Chronicle. We're really excited to have our guests here today. Giselle Futrell, who is the Executive Director of the National Veterans Art Museum. And I think you know, my introduction to the museum was in 2007. And the Washington Post sent me to do a story with the Vietnam veterans.
Oh, I love it. Yes, love the history.
And Chris Lyke, who is the co-founder of the Line of Advance, which is a veteran literary journal here in Chicago. And they're going to start by introducing themselves and their relationship to storytelling. And then we're just going to talk about the importance of storytelling and arts for the veteran community. So thank you both for coming. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Jakey.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I think
this is great.
Anytime there's a way to introduce ourselves as a museum, as a veteran personally, and like our relationship to storytelling is important. Again, Giselle Futrell, Executive Director for the National Veterans Art Museum. I also served in the Marine Corps before I had the pleasure of working for the museum. I used my GI Bill for creative writing and studio art, and really found myself in this role accidentally. After years of doing public service, I found that there was this magic that happens when the military community gets connected with the arts. And this has been a dream job. So happy to be here, happy to talk about it. And yeah, we've been around for 30 years and people still are realizing that we're here. So I know maybe you have some of the similar experience with getting the word out there.
Absolutely. I'm Chris again, and I started Line of Advance, an online journal for veterans in 2013. And it's kind of grown into a contest where we pay the writers of veterans and family members of veterans that win and publish their stories and poems all year long. I was in the Army, 2003 to 10, and now I'm a high school teacher. Before all that, I was a musician. I've done a bunch of things, and I'm a boring dad.
No, never. I have a ton of questions for you,
Sure.
And I know we're just kind of riffing here. So how long has the magazine or the journal been around?
10 years plus, 10, 12 years.
Okay.
But it really kind of took off it's been around for about 13 years. It took off about 10 years ago because we started that contest in honor of, so one of the guys who first got published at the journal, he was an intel lieutenant, and his battalion commander died in a parachute accident. And so he was like, hey, do you want to run this contest based on my friend? I have funds and I'll be the donor. So that's where it started. And so we put out an anthology of all the winners 5 years ago. And we just this past winter put out the second year 6 through 10.
Wow. What was his name?
God, Darren, what the hell is his name?
It happens.
Yeah.
No worries.
Darren Wright. It's the
Okay.
writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what for the Wright Award? Like, what's the criteria for entering? I guess.
Yeah, poetry and short story.
Okay.
I would take essays too, or any combination of the three. I don't really think form and genre. I think they are malleable. You know what I mean? So it's veteran poetry and veteran short story, and then family member. So, mother, father, sister, brother.
Yes, love that. I think so many people don't understand it's not just the veteran who serves, it's the family around them, right?
For sure.
And I mean, that can grow too. It's their neighbor, it's their community. And I think that's something, as an institution have not just learned, but embraced, right? So we were founded by Vietnam veterans.
Mm-hmm.
They came back to a community that couldn't separate the war from the warrior, and they had to find and build that community for themselves, right? And I think,
we kind of lucked out. We got treated better. And
absolutely.
The systems were in place.
Absolutely. We did get treated better, but I think, and maybe you can tell me about your experience, it has felt a little bit isolating. I mean, our Vietnam vets, they had to go. They were drafted to go.
Yeah.
And they came back to communities as a community. So they had each other. And I think that's why, sorry, I'm losing my voice. That's why the museum is such a gem, because it was like, it's grassroots. We have national in our name, but we don't get government funding, right? So there's not that influence. And it's raw and it's confrontational, just like the war was. But I think, like our generation, I look up to our Vietnam vets for that reason, right? I wish
always the mantra was, we don't have it as hard as they did.
Yes, yeah, we don't have it as, but I think coming back feeling so isolated, I think that's, a main reason for the suicide pandemic, right? I think that's a main reason for like a lot of the, we came back to a lot of the systems that were in place, but it was definitely the swell of support, but we got lost in that. It's so easy to get lost in that, like
broader culture.
Yeah.
Like if we're part of the culture, and it's the way it is right now, lends itself to that.
Yeah.
Well, we get a lot of Vietnam guys as well, or daughters or sons of Vietnam guys. And so I published quite a few stories. A month ago, I got, that's always makes me happy.
Yeah, I think our Vietnam vets, because they're up in age right now, they're more, yes, my dad served in the Marine Corps in Vietnam. I think he got lucky in the fact that he was a cook, so he stayed on ship. And then came out to feed the guys, went back on ship. So he wasn't bathing in Agent Orange, Right. He wasn't, it kind of saved him in that sense. He wasn't in the front lines. He was there, but it was a little bit more separated. But I think, I love the fact that they're coming and telling their stories as they're getting up in age. We gotta find those stories and hold on to them.
I think they had a way better stigma. World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, of being open enough to tell their story. I mean, I see that still with a lot of guys, but we're such a more open. We all want to talk about ourselves these days, so that lends itself to a lot more writing about things that happened in Iraq and Afghanistan and Syria and all the places since then. Than those guys. You had to kind of pry it out of them a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, do you come from a military family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fought the Germans, was in during Vietnam. I don't think my dad was over there. He was a medic. I think he was in Germany, something like that. We go way back.
Okay. That's not true on my side, except for my dad. True on my husband's side, who can trace his lineage all the way to the, I forget, Civil War.
I suppose too. Yeah. I maybe on both sides, which is
okay. I know. So he was on the opposite side.
Some Ohio and some Kentucky, and I don't.
His ancestors are rolling in their grave because he married me, but that's okay. But
Can you talk about the stories?
Sure.
That veterans tell through the journal and through the art at the museum?
Yeah.
What kinds of stories are they telling?
Sure. Do you want to go first?
Go ahead. I feel like I've been.
Okay, no, that's great. At first, people want to send a lot of bang stories, right? I think they're getting out the things that happened to them, and that's the first thing they want to tell. They're exciting, and I have nothing against them, but as they mature as an artist,